Hey guys, what's up? Poem 809 is Inside the Demon's Mouth. This is a short story. I'm going to eventually elaborate it and make it longer and change a few things when I rewrite it. So this is kind of a rough draft, but mainly the start or the beginning of it. The thing I really like about this is from the perspective of Sarah. You also feel like you're right there in that room, horrified with her and the demon. Inside the demon's mouth. Sarah was the only child. She loved her mother and father very dearly. One day, her parents attended a ceremony memorialized to her father. He was going to receive an award for greatness. As a doctor, he had saved so many lives. She stayed with her strict auntie Agnes. She was so strict, she didn't even let her boyfriend come by to visit. As a matter of fact, the entire time she was visiting, she made sure she took care of her two kids while she was watching her soaps. With how disruptive her children were, she had no time to even do her own homework. That night she fell asleep and her parents didn't come. The next morning, very early, there was a knock at the door. Agnes answered it in her nightgown. It was the police. They had gotten into a car accident and unfortunately passed away. This was extremely difficult for Sarah. Not only did she lose her parents, but her last living relative was now to be her guardian, which was Agnes. She spent her days getting her cousins ready for school, doing their lunch, helping them with their homework, and being their parent because her aunt chose to check out as a mother. One Halloween, her aunt decided to go to a party. It was going to be until midnight. Make sure you check their homework, and I don't want you to bring that boy around here. Sarah rolled her eyes but made sure she didn't see. That night, Sarah pulled out a Ouija board she had bought. She wanted to communicate with the spirits of her parents. Halloween would be the perfect time. She allowed her two cousins to watch. She had become very close with them. Her boyfriend came over. The light from the jack-o'-lanterns and the candles set the mood. She set the board in the middle of the table as the two kids smiled. She also pulled out a photograph of her mom and dad when they were alive. The boyfriend looked at Sarah and said, "Are you sure you want to do this?" She nodded her head yes as she moved the indicator on the board. He also had his fingers on it. He looked at her. "What are you going to ask it?" She moved it, spelling out, "Mom, Dad, can you hear me?" They both moved their hands back, but it didn't move or anything. One of the kids said, "Maybe it's broken." Her boyfriend shrugged his shoulders. "Come on, let's just go watch a movie. Let's forget about this." But then it finally did move, and it spelled out, "They're burning in hell." All the candles blew out except one, and the door to the room shut as the children screamed. The boyfriend looked at her and said, "Put that away." But all of a sudden, there was this huge dark cloud behind her with bright red eyes. The two children stood behind Sarah's boyfriend, hiding their faces. "Leave this place," he said. Sarah was confused. "What are you talking about?" But he couldn't stop looking at the horrifying demon. She slowly turned around and saw this huge mouth, and it devoured her as the demon vanished into the board.